As a business owner, you may have seen your business insurance rates go up over this past year, or may have been shocked to see your premiums escalate beyond what you thought was reasonable. I'm recording this at the end of 2023, and I can say it's been a rough year for business owners when we talk about insurance premiums. Why? What has caused these problems, and what can you do about it as we enter into 2024? I'll answer these questions and more in just a moment. Hi, I'm Coyle. Welcome back to my channel, where we talk about the risk and insurance issues on the minds of business owners. So, what's creating all the disruption in the marketplace for business insurance, and what can you do about it? First, it's important to understand that I do business across the US, and I can tell you that the issues in New York are going to be different than those in Florida or California or Texas or just about anywhere else. But I can also tell you that there are some global issues and trends that influence rates overall. If you've gotten your renewal bill and it's up substantially over last year, my first piece of advice is to not panic. Often what I see happen is a business owner gets a renewal notice and it's up over 10% and they hit the roof. But in some cases, they forget that their business has grown over 10% this year, so maybe the cost of insurance isn't up on a rate basis, but more on an exposure basis. And what I mean by that is that payroll revenues, the number of vehicles, etc., are the rating exposures for workers' comp, general liability, and business auto insurance. So if these exposures are up, it only makes sense that the premiums are up as well. So it's important to separate rate from exposure, and if your premium is up solely due to an exposure increase, then that's pretty normal and it's to be expected. But if the cost of your business insurance is up solely on a rate basis, which has happened a lot over the past year and I think will continue well into 2024, then there is a reason for concern. The question is, how much rate increase is reasonable? 5%, 10%, 20%? That's a difficult question to answer. So let me tell you about some of the factors contributing to premium increases and then explain some strategies to help you get the best results on your renewal. You may have heard the term hard market when it comes to insurance and not fully understood it. So let me take a minute and explain that. A hard market refers to a period of time when insurance premiums are increasing and insurers are more selective of the accounts they will write and renew. It often happens when claims are increasing dramatically and insurers aren't making their profit objectives, or when the reinsurance market, and this is where your insurance companies go to buy insurance to spread around their risk, is also hardening. The result is that insurance is harder to get, hence the name hard market, which is in contrast to a soft market when rates are low and underwriting is much looser. What we're faced with now is sort of a combination of issues that are driving rates up and availability down. The global reinsurance marketplace has been disrupted due to massive natural disasters around the world, so they are charging your insurance company more to spread their risks. Your insurance company then needs to pass these higher costs on to their customers, meaning you. Your insurance company is also facing increasing claims nationwide in business automobile, property insurance, and very high liability lawsuits, which are breaching into the umbrella policy limits. In any coastal areas, the impact of changing weather patterns and global warming is making availability of property insurance at any price extremely difficult. So, what's the solution? I think the first step is to evaluate your broker relationship. We speak to a lot of business owners every week, and a lot of what we're hearing is dissatisfaction when a business owner has worked with a direct writer or an online insurance provider. There's no real personal connection and there's no real options offered. And this is a problem with the direct-to-consumer model. I could go on for hours about this, but let me just say that there is value in working with an insurance broker and even more value in working with a skilled insurance broker who can offer you guidance, support, and choices. When you buy direct from an insurance company or through an online provider, you're really at their mercy and it's not a good position to be in. Second, if you had a rough renewal last year, don't wait a month before this year's renewal to be proactive. My advice is to start a dialogue with your broker at least 3 to 4 months in advance of your renewal to get a sense of what renewal strategy they will deploy on your renewal. In fact, if your broker isn't contacting you 3 months before your renewal, you may be working with the wrong insurance broker. Third, and this is something you should be working on all the time, and that is What are you doing to control risk in your company? That question is focused more on accounts that are paying, say, $25,000 or more a year for business insurance. And it gets to the root of how your insurance is priced. If you can demonstrate to insurance underwriters a proactive process around risk control and risk reduction, you are going to fare much better than your peer group who does not have a risk control plan. Underwriters want accounts that are likely to have fewer claims, and they'll discount premiums to get those accounts. If you can demonstrate how you're better than your peer group around risk control, you'll get premiums lower than your peers. If you need help developing a risk control plan, I can show you our process and how we use this as leverage in the renewal negotiation process. Broker relationship, working well in advance of your renewal, and a risk control plan. These are all things that do not operate in a vacuum. To achieve best results in the market, you need to be checking these boxes. Here's the bottom line. Your business insurance is critical for your sustainability. Getting it right and having leverage in premium negotiations is paramount. So working with an expert really matters. If you're not getting the service, guidance, or advice that you think you need and deserve, then maybe a change is in order. If your mind is at that point, then give me a call and let's chat. I promise no high pressure nonsense, just a conversation to see if we'd be a good fit for you and your business. As I mentioned earlier, we do business across the United States and I'd welcome your call. My contact info is in the description box below, so you can drop me an email or just call and let's chat. Thanks for watching. Here are another couple of videos that you may find interesting on the same subject. Thanks.